Some women in prison will set you up just because they don't like you, and you have to be on guard 24/7. What's up, you guys? Welcome to today's video. As you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about ways that women will set you up in prison. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Jess. I'm a person in long-term recovery that has in fact been to prison. That's not a flex, I'm just like used to saying that. On this channel, we talk about prison, addiction, mental health, my crazy life. If you want to follow me on any other social media platform, TikTok, Instagram, Patreon, that's $2. It's only ever going to be $2. All of that is linked down below, as well as my vlog channel and my podcast. We also have a meet and greet on the calendar. Finally, I know, I'm so excited. So I am planning this entire event. We are going to have guest TikTokers or YouTubers come out, like Schizophrenic Hippie, and more are going to be announced over the next few days. So if you want to grab a ticket for the event, I will leave that link in the description box of this video. We're gonna do backdrops and have ring lights and talk and hang out, and it's just gonna be such a good time. The first thing that you have to understand about prison is that it is not like the street. It is a very difficult and stressful and nerve-wracking environment with its own culture, its own hierarchy, its own rules. And people that have never been just do not understand. It doesn't matter how many videos I make describing it. It doesn't matter how many movies you see or TV shows. Unless you experience it, you have absolutely no idea. But we're gonna try. I'm gonna try. So there are two kinds of styles when it comes to prisons typically, and that is the open dorm and the closed tier. An open dorm is like a gym with like 50 bunk beds in it, and a closed tier is a unit with individual cells where it's like 2-man cells. So it's different depending on where you are. So every single facility is different, every prison is different, every jail is different. County jails are typically 2-man cells, so they're closed tiers. But again, every place is different. Federal prison also has camps. That's a whole different situation. So I have lived in an open dorm and I have lived in a closed tier dorm. The first way that a woman will set you up in prison, this one's hard and you have to be careful. The first way is either straight up lie or exaggerate and whisper something that someone said about you to you. This might not seem like setting you up, but they are doing something. They have a whole plot. They want you to get mad. They want you to confront that person and get you kicked out of this unit. So it first might start with a whisper or a rumor or maybe some gossip. You know, that is strategic, that is calculated. That could look like this. We're just sitting at the day room table playing dominoes. I always win, I'm so good at dominoes. And Judy says,
"Hey Jess, did you know that Lucy said this about you?"
Or she'd be like,
"Hey Jess, I just wanted to tell you, Lucy was kind of snooping around your bed area the other day, so you might want to make sure everything is still there and no one took anything." Like,
they'll plant these little ideas in your head about what someone else is doing. That is setup number one, because what that is going to do to you in this very stressful environment where we're not sleeping, we're not getting proper nutrition, we're not drinking water, a lot of us are not getting proper exercise, we miss our family, it's super emotional. We all have depression. It's a really hard environment to be in, right? What that will start to do to you, that'll start to eat away at you. And now you're watching Lucy and you're on edge because we have to be in survival mode all the time. And you're like, what is this bitch doing though? Like, why was she around my bed area? Maybe she wasn't. Or why would she say that? And then it's just like, you know what I mean? This is a very small way of getting at you because it's gonna eat away at you, and then maybe one day you get a bad letter from home and something's bad at home, or you get on the phone and something bad happened and you're upset and you haven't gotten sleep and you're mad and you're just really mad. Lucy walks by you and now you wanna confront her and now you're fighting in the day room. All because a week ago, Judy said some shit that she was doing. And now Lucy's like, what are you talking about? I didn't do that. I didn't say that. Oh, sure. I'm sure you didn't. And now you're like in her face and now you're fighting in the day room. Number two. Now this one, I know you guys have seen in Wentworth. I think Orange is the New Black kind of showed a little bit of this too. Number two is planting stuff in your cell or in your bed area. Now this is tricky if you live in a closed tier. If you live in an open dorm and everyone has access to your bunk, it's not good. So women will work in teams to plant something on you so that you get busted for it. And then what's messed up is the cops won't even look at the cameras to see if someone planted that or not. They won't, they don't care. I said cops, but I mean COs. We call them cops. And we call solitary jail. Like when you're in prison and you go to solitary confinement, we just call that jail. Like, I'm not trying to go to jail. You're in jail. Anyway, the last time that I remember seeing this happen, it was so freaking crazy. So the cops came in really fast and they were like, get on the wall, because they're gonna run through and they're gonna search everything. They had dogs, like drug dogs.
So dramatic.
Like, y'all don't get paid enough for that. Like, just let us have a little bit of green, you know what I mean? Like, calm down. Anyway, we're all on the wall. I realized that I got on the wall too fast because I was just near it. So I'm like, oh shit, well, I guess I'm here. I can't go back to my bed area. And they don't want you to do that. When they come in and they're like, we're searching the whole unit, get away from your cell, get away from your bed, get on the wall, you have to, you know? But if you just happen to be in your bed area, you can kind of like move some stuff around or sneak some stuff or whatever. Well, I got to the wall really fast because I was already right there. And I see this girl, she's walking mad fast and she planted something in someone else's bed area. And I'm like, I should have been standing over there so that I'm not the first person on the wall and I can kind of protect my area. Well, we're all on the wall and one girl kind of looks at the other girl like, you get it? And she nods and I'm like, oh my God, no. You know, and I see whose bed area they got. This girl's going, right? So they're ripping stuff up and they're, you know, destroying everything because when the cops search, they destroy all your stuff. I've had books ripped. I've had tons of stuff just damaged or food spilled or whatever. They just don't care. They're ripping through everything. Sure enough, they find a razor that's attached to this little thing on this girl's bunk and she goes to the hole and she's like completely shocked. And that's what sucks is like, you think I'm good. I don't have any contraband. I'm not breaking the rules. Whose bed is 21? And she's like, me, like, cause you have to answer. And they take her to SEG and she's crying and she's all upset. And those girls got that girl out of that unit because if they don't want you in the unit, they're gonna find a way to get you out. They will, and they'll work together to do that. Like, it's crazy. Another way that a woman will set you up in prison is by writing kites to the officers. This is straight up snitching on you. So if an inmate doesn't like you and you've got a problem and that inmate knows something that you're doing or they see you with some contraband or whatever, what they'll do is they will write a letter, a kite is a letter, they'll write a letter and either hand it to a CO or they'll drop it in the box so that a staff member reads it, which is like you're snitching. And for what, dude? For what? Nothing. You just don't like me? Cool. So that happens too. Another way that people set you up in prison is they will dry snitch on you. Dry snitching is snitching and they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing and you cannot convince me otherwise. But say a CO is in the unit, right? And the person that wants to dry snitch decides that they're gonna spill some info on you. They're gonna spill some intel on you in front of this officer. And they'll say real loud, hey Kent, are you done with that hooch yet? Or did you make that kicker yet? With the officer in the unit, so the officer hears like, oh Kent, hi, you're making wine? Let me search your locker. I have never in my life accidentally snitched on somebody in prison, like dry snitched. No, you know what you're doing. You know the officer's in the unit. You know you're mad loud. Ugh, that's the worst. That is the worst. Hi, so I wanted to pop in for a second and say, like, if someone really doesn't want to live with you, if they really don't like you and they really want to get out of that dorm, some people are bold enough to just punch you in the face in the day room and they'll go to solitary confinement knowing that, okay, 30 days, 60 days, whatever it is, when I get out of SEG, I'll be in a new housing unit and I'll be away from you. Like some people really just give zero fucks. So if they really don't like you, setting you up can just be like punching you in the face. Then you're both going. Like you have to defend yourself. That's just like prison reality. You have to defend yourself. When you are living in a dorm with 50 women, 10 of them might not care about the real estate. 10 of them might not give a shit. They want to prove their point. And if they want to get away from you and they want to get you out of that unit, they don't like you, you did something, maybe even you're getting out and they're mad about it, they're gonna swing, which is crazy. So don't break the law. Try really hard not to. So if you wonder why it is inmates come out of prison with PTSD, it's because they are in survival mode 24/7. 24/7. You never know when someone's gonna wanna fight you. You never know when someone's going to steal from you, when they're gonna snitch on you, when they're gonna come up behind you and start drama. You never know. You never know, and you always have to be on guard. I have seen crazy fights in prison over nothing, but emotions run high and we're we're all so stressed and we're all living in survival mode, and we all have mental health issues. We all have families we want to go home to. It is such a difficult environment to live in and then come out of. I mean, I get so uncomfortable in a grocery store, you know, because people walk too close to me, or that people, you know, run up on me when they're trying to like get those Doritos, but they're in a hurry, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of components to PTSD that make it really hard to function in society at first. I've definitely gotten better with it, but I am always on guard still. Still, I make friends and I'm like, would they hide me though? Like, that's how I judge if I can trust somebody. If someone is going to be my friend, I ask myself, would they hide me? I've gone on the run from parole so many times, and I know who would and who would not hide me. And like Larry Lawton, he'd hide me. He'd be like, get your ass in the RV. Why are you on the run? What'd you do? You know, like, I know that I can trust certain people, and I know that I can't trust certain people with that. That's where the term ride or die crew comes from, by the way. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to smash that subscribe button, and I will leave a playlist on the card up here. But I'm gonna end today's video here. As always, I love you guys. Stay safe, stay in recovery, watch out for people that won't hide you, and I will see you in my next one.